just going to get started here. This is going to be pretty chill. I'm just going to be working on an iOS app in Xcode that I've been working on for a couple weeks now. And it's written in Swift, and if you have questions, go ahead and just say hey. I'm going to fix this real quick. Alright. Oh, hey Jamie, how's it going? Guess you can't really see that, huh? Let's see if I can adjust the size of some of this. Word, okay. Yeah, so this is, I'm in Eileen's mobile app development class, and this is just one of the things that I've been working on. I suspect people probably drift in and out here, because it may get slow for some parts, but basically, here, I'll run the app and show you what it does right now. It's an app that keeps track of your spices. Turn that off. Where's my simulator? Oh, it's working on it. What's young food mean? Oh, spices, I get it, I see. Okay. So this is the app right here, Spice Rack. And basically we open it up. Alright, looks like it's going to be slow tonight. And okay, so basically these are things that I've already put in there. You can add spices to this rack, and it's just to help you keep track of how much you have. So come up here and you hit the little plus button. And then you can put in a name for your spice. So let's see, I think we can do, oh, I don't know, we'll do pumpkin pie spice. And you come in here and you choose how much of it you buy. If you want, you can add a little brand. And if if you've had the spice for a little while, you can like change this based on how much you have left. And then hit done. And it should show up, yeah, right there. Little image up here, you can adjust how much you have left. Just kind of eyeballing it and then save the property. And if you don't like this collection view, you can come up here, switch it over to table view, which gives you this, and that'll take you to the same place. So the stuff that I'm working on right now is I'm trying to change the color of the navigation bar up here. And then I'm going to try to make this search feature work. And then one other part of this that's important that I haven't figured out yet is that when the spice is at or below 10% and you save it, it goes red here and here. You can see the jar adjusts the image so that you can see when it's time for you to re-up on something. So what I want to do is put all of the spices in alphabetical order, which they are right now, but what I need it to do is if it's in this category of running low, I need that to go to the top of the list. So that's probably what I'm going to be working on for a little while, and the search actually works. I fixed that earlier today. So now you can see you can type like pepper, right? Tap on that, it'll take you to pepper. So that's pretty much what I'm going to be working on here. Oh, hey Stevie, what's up? Fancy seeing you here. Alright, so yeah, I'm just going to kind of get in there. And so the way that this looks in Xcode right now, we've got, well, stand by. Doing alright, just doing some homework. Figured now's as good a time as any to put it out there in the world. Alright, so each of the screens that you see, they all have their own file that controls what's going on. So this is the main view right here, and this has one file for the grid view and kind of that list view that you see. Hit the plus and it comes over to here, and that has its own file with all the code and stuff in there. I'm going to make that a little bit bigger in just a sec. And then you got the detail view right down here, and that has its own file as well. So I'm just going to kind of be working through the stuff. Let me make this a little bit easier to see for everybody. That should all be okay. Okay, so what I've been trying to figure out is how can I take this white navigation bar at the top and make it not so stock feeling. So the way that you normally do that is in this file right here. And under extension UI color, you can basically create your own colors based on different RGB values. And so I've got one in here, this custom blue color, and that's what I'm trying to implement. So I've done a couple things to try and figure that out, but so far nothing has worked. And in the code, that's all going to be in this design UI method. So this is some of the stuff that I've tried so far, and I think I might have figured it out, and I was just missing something really silly. So I guess that's what we're about to find out. Bar, set background, or I think it's set bar. It doesn't look like it that, huh? Alright, and these colors are still super whack. I'm going to try and figure that out for you. Background noise, like, do I have background noise that's visual or audio background noise? Because my fan is going crazy over here on my computer. Let's see, that's what I want. Audio. Alright, let's see if we can turn that down a bit. How's that? Yikes, these are all horrible, huh? I don't think it's even going to let me change it. Alright, I may just have to go with this. Alright. Alright, so basically, the way that I'm doing this, so the way that this is working is that every time you type in something, right? So I'm trying to access the navigation controller, and if I'm typing dot something else, then I'm trying to access something inside that navigation controller. So you can see up here, this is the bar and the navigation bar, and then the bar tint color, and that's what I was trying to change the last time I was working on this. So maybe what we'll do, it looks like right there, there's bar tint color. But when I try and assign that, and right here, these are my custom colors, so there's custom blue. I think that would work. And the simulator is going to be super slow. Sorry, I'm just going to kind of deal with that. And it's still the same. So I'm not really sure what's happening there. Maybe someone will come in and tell me what I'm doing wrong. But the other thing that we can do in the meantime is change the list right here. So we want everything in alphabetical order, but if it's not in alphabetical order, then we want these things that are under 10% to show up at the top of the stream. So that's what we'll do now, and I'll show you where that's all happening. So there's a list right here of all spices, and that's holding everything that's in our app. And then I've got this list right here sorted by running low. it's in the wrong format. So this is a results, which is basically reading straight from the database and throwing it into this variable here. What I need is this, something like this, where it's just a list of spices. That's what these square brackets mean. So that's what we're going to do next. And I've got that set up, I think, in this method down here called read and update. Because both of these right here, current rack and all spices, are both the same thing. But current rack is coming straight from the database, and all spices is coming straight, or is more usable. So that's what we're going to do next. And it's going to be in the exact same format as what we've done right here. So what we're going to say is that sorted by running low. Oh look, I already set it up. Look at that. Sorted by running low. You access the database, you filter it by percentage remaining, less than or equal to 10%, and then sort by name. And that's going to tell us how many items are in that list right now, but we don't really care about that. So what we need to do is create another variable up here. And that's going to be for, I'm just going to call this one running low. Now that we've declared it up here, we can come back down and we can load all of the results back into this. So, running low, we're going to assign that to an array, which is just a list of all of the stuff that's in the sorted by running low list. Cool. So I don't need a semicolon. And that should be that. So now we've got both of those lists. So now, basically we have, right now there's only one section in that table view. So if you look over here, this is it. This is your one section. And Cajun just happens to be at the top right now because it's alphabetically, that's where it falls. So I'm going to change that. We'll put pepper. Alright, so now pepper's at 6%. So what we want is pepper to be at the very, very top. And to do that, we have to create a new section in the table. So we're going to do that with an if statement by saying if the stuff in running low, the number of stuff in running low is not equal to 0, and we want to say return two sections in the table, one for our running low stuff and one for all of the other stuff. And if this is more than 0, then we'll just return 1. That should be already there. So now, what's that about? Oh. There we go. So we'll run that over on the other side, and we should be able to see what's going on. Now the problem is that it doesn't know how much stuff is supposed to be in that table now. Let me flip it over. So now we've got too much stuff. So basically now we just have duplicates from here to here of all of the stuff that we have, and that's not what we want. So what we need to do is tell it the number of rows in each section. Right now it basically just says if the search bar is running, then show us the stuff that matches the search, and otherwise just show us everything. That's not what we want either. I think in order to do this, I'm going to have to make another variable. Let's see, we'll call this all sections maybe. And this is going to be a list, and in the list we're going to have the running low stuff. Maybe. And then the other thing in the list is going to be all of the spices. All right, let's see why it's upside down. Okay, maybe we won't do it that way. Nope, just kidding. Alright, so we gotta find another way to do that then. And I got some notes over here that'll probably help. Well, so what are you guys up to? I don't think either of you guys are programmers, so thanks for hanging out with me. What kind of homework are you doing? Well, my notes aren't super helpful. Yeah, I still haven't done Ko's homework ever. I haven't sent it over. Got some stuff to send her. I just don't know how she's gonna see it because she has to have that little motion controller that I have in order to actually see what I'm doing. So I don't really know what she wants. Yeah, but you should have seen Ko's face when I told her what I was working on. She looked at me like I had two heads. I don't think she's actually very technical. So I don't know how that's going to go. I tried to explain it to her that I'm trying to make generative art, and she didn't know what that was either, so that's a bad start. Alright, let's see what we can make this do just messing around with it a little bit. Number of rows in section. Search controller, we got that. Yeah, I think I took off a little too quick. I've kind of known what I was working on for my thesis for a little while, though, I guess. And the idea is still changing, but I'm pretty solid in what I think I'm going to do, so. She asked me, she said, is there anything that you need from me? And basically, I just kind of said no, but thanks for playing. Okay. So what do we want to do here? Else if section is 0. What we need to do is get Mitchell in here and have Mitchell help me with my code. Because he's in the same class. I guess Megan is too. They're probably both busy working on this project also. And yeah, Jimmy, you're kind of right. This is what we're doing in Ian's class and kind of what we did in Joel's class too. So, you know, it is what it is, I guess. Alright, let's switch over to the table view. Okay, so now, I mean, it's returning the right number of things. So pepper is the only thing that's running low in the list, so it's only created one extra thing. So that's good. We got it shown the right number of things. Now we just need to tell it what that thing is. And that, I think, is going to be the hard part. And that happens here in this cell for row at index path. There's all kinds of stuff already happening in here from when I was working on it earlier. So got stuff to handle the search controller, the name to put in there, the background image to put in that table cell. I mean, all kinds of stuff. So I'm gonna collapse all of this so I don't get super overwhelmed by it. But basically, the place that we have to start is right here. So we have a spice. We just need to tell it where that spice came from. And the difficult part about this is that the rule has to work for both sections. So that's why I was trying to make the list of lists up top. I mean, all of the stuff that I'm working on is going to be due by the expo. Lots of people wanted to put this in the Atlas Expo. I think every class I'm in right now wants something in the show, which is April 27th. The other thing that's throwing me off about this is this color scheme. I'm so used to working in this and seeing all the syntax highlighting and stuff like that I can't really see what all my stuff was like before. Plain text, keywords, strings, functions. Just do all of that. Oh, that might be alright. You're gonna kind of have to wait for the stream lag to update real quick so I can see if that's like an acceptable amount of zoom, or you guys can tell me in the chats. It still looks kind of small. I'll do 16. Alright, I think that's pretty much what it was on the other one, so let's try with that. Alright, let's see if I can get this thing to work. So we're going to say let type, so the list of spice lists. Oh, you know what? I know why that's happening. Just figured it out. Alright. That didn't work because this stuff right now is just empty. And it doesn't get assigned until down here in read and update. So in read and update, now I can come in here and say that sections is a list, and then the first thing in the list is the running low stuff, and the second thing in the list is all spices. That should work. Nice. Alright, we'll see if that does anything cool for us here. So now I'll say if section zoom. Is this good now? Is the text size alright? Seems excessively large to me, but it kind of looks okay over here. Cool. Alright. Maybe I freaked it out. Oh, section equals 0. Space equals sections index path dot section. Alright, and then I'm going to have it, just because I have no idea what this is going to do or if I'm doing this right, I'm going to write a print statement, which is going to print it out in this little window down here. That's going to be really hard for you to see. But I'm going to have it print out whatever it was that we chose there. Spice dot name. Just to see what happens. In order to do that. And it looks like I've already got some stuff that I'm printing out down there. You might be able to see like 2 or 3 lines. So in order to just keep it clean, I'm going to say table trying to create cell for the spice name that it's trying to create. So we should see this print out a bunch of different times for every cell that it's trying to create every time you load it up. So right now, you should see it print out at least this many times. Alright. Okay, so we did that. Now it's saying trying to create cell for each of these. So it looks like it got it twice. Which is weird because it didn't make all of them twice. So maybe we'll add some stuff onto that print statement. And we'll put sections. Alright. So what I'm just gonna have it print out the section, and I'm gonna have it print out the row that it thinks it should be pulling stuff from, because this is gonna directly correlate to the name of the spice and the image and all that stuff that it pulls. Right now, I'm not really sure what it's doing. This is row. And so basically, you know, every cell has a number in its group, and then it also has a row number. So this is going to be row 0 in the second section. Row 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So what we expect to see is that it's going to print out the name of the spice that it found. It's going to try and print out what section it's coming from, either the running low section or all of them. And then here it's going to print out what row, cell it's trying to pick up. That's what happens. Alright, it printed some stuff for sure. So here we go. Section. Didn't really tell me. It's printing out the entire object instead of printing out the section that it's trying to pull from. Alright, so maybe here's what we need to do then. Oh, sorry about the sound. Is it still bad? I can fix it. I'm just not getting dinged for the chats right now, so. Alright, let's see. Well, it didn't crash that time, so that's better. So section 0, row 0, section 1, row 0, section 1, row 1, section 1, row 2, section 1, row 3. Okay, cool, so that's good. Looks like it's doing it twice, which is fine, because it doesn't take a lot of power for it to load that up twice. You can print it out. And we are pulling stuff from each section, so we should be alright. But it's not loading the right cell. So that's going to be the next step. So it's just pulling the first one right now. I'm actually going to add a new one. This is going to be kind of our marker here, just because I know that this one is always going to be at the top of the list. Let's see, I just need to connect my keyboard. Dailies, and then we're just going to say we've got like 4 grams. However many bay leaves that translates to. Okay, so now we got bay leaves both at the top, and so the goal here is to get this one to be pepper instead. We can see that it's trying to do that because in section 0, which is pulling from our running low list, and row 0, which is the first item in the list, it's saying it's trying to load pepper right there, but it's pulling up the image for bay leaves and the name for bay leaves and stuff like that, so that's no good. We gotta figure that out. And the way that works is through here. Spice name. Where is that declared? That comes from up here. Okay, so this stuff, this is basically the exact same thing as the table down below, but instead of being the table, it's the grid view, which is called a collection view. Yeah, sorry, that fan noise is just my computer about to take off. It's getting real upset with me over here. Yeah, so basically all the stuff that we're doing in the table, this grid view reads it the exact same way, but it has different code. So any of the changes that we're making over for the table, like this, we're going to also have to go make here. So that's spice name, which is interesting. I don't know why that's getting used down here as well. Oh, it's not. This is for the table. And that's spice name. So that should be okay. Alright, so I think now we're going to use another print statement to make sure that everything is working right, because what I need it to do now is print out all of the different properties that whatever given spice is, all the properties that has. What did I do? It's mad. So just by printing this out, it's going to tell us all the different things, and that's going to allow me to see spice.name. It's going to allow me to see spice.image name, and that, I think, is where we're going wrong. So we're going to try that. Not sure why it didn't work. Alright, that's not working. We know that yet. This is still different. That's taking us to bay leaves. That's taking us to bay leaves. But over here, and I'm sorry this is really small. I don't know if there's a way to make that bigger. Sorry, guys. At section 0, row 0, it is getting pepper in there, so I'm not sure why it's doing bay leaves twice. Did you ever think that spices could be so freaking frustrating? And we got a guy in here named Gluttonies. What's going on, man? You haven't said anything. Tell us your story while I try and figure out what's going on with this code. The bugs, squashing bugs. Okay, that should make a difference. Let's just see what happens at each step. Now, so I gotta be totally honest, I really don't know anything about spices or cooking or anything like that. I'm making this app for my roommate who has tons and tons of spices and no room to put any of them, so I don't even know, I don't really know what bay leaves look like or anything like that. I'm just kind of making this to help her keep track of stuff. Okay, so here we go. Something's happening. So it starts off, and at the beginning of the process, it says table trying to create cell for pepper. And then the spice name is pepper, and then it somehow gets changed. Somewhere in there it gets changed, and I think the only other place that it could get changed is right here. So we're going to comment that out. Oh yeah, you know what? There it is. Found it. Right there. Son of a gun. I've never said that. I don't know why I said that. Okay, here's what happened, guys. So up here, it was right. This is the right way to do that. It was trying to create the cell. It told us what spice it was trying to create, and then I got this statement right here that says if the search controller is active and there is text in that field, then instead of showing us all of the spices, show us just the search results. And then else, which means if anything except for this is happening, reassign the spice that we're working with to pull from all of the spices instead of from the correct list. So now we should be able to run it and it's going to work just fine. She does make dinner. She makes dinner a lot with all of those spices. And there it is. Okay, cool. Now we're talking. Now pepper still shows up down here too. I mean, we probably don't really want to do that. it seems kind of redundant to have it show up in there twice. And just for good measure, I'm gonna take this one down below the threshold too, just to see if that works. And it does. Look at that. How cool. Okay, so now what we need to do is, if there's something up here in this running low list, we got to take it out of this list. And that is all going to happen in this read and update function as well. So what we're going to say is for any spice that is in running low, and now we're going to give it a set of instructions when that criteria is met. Let's see here. So for the spice in running low, we want to remove that spice from the all spices list. So we want to say all spices dot remove. Ooh, how are we gonna do that actually? I don't know if I know what the syntax is to remove it at the index. I might have to look that one up real quick, but that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna say remove it spice dot something, blah blah blah. Okay, give me just a second and I'm gonna figure out how to do that, unless Mitchell magically shows up in this stream. And then we'll just ask him. Sound is feedback and fuzzy again. Oh wow, thanks. I'm assuming that Madison just signed in as me. I'm guessing. Madison, if you're signed in as CU Atlas, you gotta sign out and sign in as somebody else. Yeah, I figured. It's okay, I forgive you though. But right now, we're both signed in as CU Atlas. So I guess what I'm saying is just get out of my stream. I'm just kidding, you should stay, but come back as you. It's okay, Madison. I'm appreciative that you came to support, because I'm sure that this stream is like super boring. I don't think it's particularly exciting right now, but all right, let's see. So I guess what we need to do is say let spice index. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and get that index somehow, and then we're going to pass that into the remove function. All right, spice index is spice dot get. No. Running low. Get index. No, didn't work. Hmm. There it is. I don't know if that's going to work. Alright, let's see what we did wrong here. Thanks for your support, Madison. Really appreciate it. And yes, this is hard stuff. And it also, I've been working on this project for several weeks now, and I think I don't know, that's like 300 lines. That's like 75. This one's 45, 130, 300. And it just all starts to kind of blur together. And I try and keep my code super organized, but it still ends up being really difficult. But I'm trying. Yeah, not really sure how this is going to work. Well, I'll figure it out eventually. I think I'm gonna kill the stream now, since I'm hungry and the sun is gone, and I still have some time to work on this. So, I'm sorry that you kind of came in late, Madison. So thanks for doing that. But I'll let you guys know how this ends up. I'll probably do another stream, maybe not about this one because this moved very, very slowly. But I guess here, before I sign off, let's just show everybody where we're at. Rerun the app. Alright, so here's the Spice Rack app. I thought it was happening. Oh, it's not going to happen. That was funny. There was an error in the code, so I wasn't even doing anything. Okay, here we go. Spice Rack. So here it is. Here's our empty jars for our spices that we need to re-up on. Here's our list view, the ones that are running low at the top in alphabetical order. Right below that, these are all of the spices. We still need to figure out how to remove those other ones. And then when we tap on one, you can come in and adjust how much you have. Save it. Come in, add a new one. What spice should we put in there? Somebody give me a spice to try. Wait for lag. Maybe you are all already left. Oh, says you're still here. Okay, fine. We'll do this one. Oh, cinnamon. Okay, cool. Thank you. And let's say we bought 100.2 ounces. Really arbitrary. But, man, I don't know why it's doing that. There it is. There's our cinnamon. Can save it, and yep, that's it so far. So more stuff to come, but for the moment, I think I'm gonna call it a night.